What is up, guys? Back again, bringing you guys part 3 to the 2.01 tier list. I already did one for flank and support. If you guys missed those videos and you guys want to go check those out, they are on my channel currently. Just go to my channel and they should be at the top of the page. They shouldn't really be down below. There should be most recent uploaded videos. Go check those out if you haven't checked those out already. And if you are new, feel free to leave a like, and if you are new and you want more videos like this in the future, subscribe as well. I've been appreciating all the support on these tier lists. Support one did not do as good as I expected. I expect this one actually not even probably the worst of all four of them. I think the two best videos are probably going to be the damage and flank, because nobody wants to play support, and most of the times, like every game in casual, nobody wants to play tank. I think the only place where you mostly see tank is in ranked, and even in ranked, you won't see a tank sometimes because the people are stupid. It depends what rank you are as well. Even in platinum, I was up to like platinum 3 and people were still going without tanks. I get a team without a tank and it was pretty much like an automatic loss, pretty much. So I know there's still stupid people up in rank that don't even pick a tank. Also, there's only 9 tanks in the game, guys. 9 tanks in the game compared to how many flanks, damages that there are. Support and tanks are the two least amount of champions in each class. And plus we're going to be getting a Mani, so that's another damage champion. We're going to be getting a rework for Moji, but after they rework Moji, we need another front line. There's only 9 front lines in the game compared to how many flank champions we have and how many damage champions we have now. I think front line's due for a new champion. So after they rework Moji into a support, that'll give support another class, another champion in that class, so that'll boost it up to whatever number they have now. Hopefully Moji's at least decent once they rework her into a support, and then once that's done, maybe I'm assuming just the logic that they're going to be getting rid of a flank in Moji and reworking her into a support. So that kind of gives them an easy out on making another flank champion as the next newest champion after Amani. That's just my logic behind it, but hopefully they make another tank, because there's just not enough like tanks in the game, honestly. Compared to every other class, I think it's the least amount of champions in the class, in the whole entire game. I'm gonna get right into this. This is probably gonna be a shorter video. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I do not play tank unless I'm like legit forced to play tank, or I know I'm like playing in a game where I'm playing with my buddies and I'm actually in a grouped up party with people I know, and I know the healer, or if I have a good healer on my team. That's the only way I play tank. Otherwise, I do not touch tank, because half the time I play tank, I get no healing, I get no team support, I'm thrown out there, my team literally ditches me most of the time. I don't know, especially in casuals, even in rank sometimes, people have zero coordination unless you're in a party, and I think tank's like the hardest thing to play, in my opinion. I'd rather try carrying as like a flank, like an Androxus or something like that, or like a damage type champion. Just use something like broken, like a dredge or something like that, and try carrying a game than playing like a front line and trying to carry a game that way, which is not possible if you don't have any healing, or if you have a shitty healer. I don't know, unless I'm forced to play tank, I never play tank, so some of this stuff, you guys, if you play a lot more, if there's somebody that's watching this video that plays a lot more tank than I do, or plays any more frontline champions than I do, then please let me know in the comment section down below if you disagree with me on anything, or if there's something I did not discuss. Probably going to be a shorter video. I'm probably going to go through this relatively quick. I'm going to start off with Khan. Khan actually got a huge nerf. Originally they buffed. He had a pretty good buff, but they actually nerfed down his commander's grab, his ult, or I think it's, or whatever his ult is. I'm not quite sure if it's called the commander's grab. I think that's his right trigger, whatever it is. His ult pretty much got nerfed. It's now no longer a automatic kill, to where you like points and you just click the ult button and you automatically pick somebody up. It's like a Domba heal, pretty much. It's a hit scan, so like Domba, you have to point at somebody to heal them and have your crosshair on somebody. Same thing with Khan. They actually nerfed his damage. It was 900 at the beginning of this patch, but they actually made an adjustment halfway through the public test server, and they nerfed it down to 700 base damage for his ult, and they actually nerfed the range from 300 units down to 180 units, making his ult a lot less useless, or a lot way less useful. I was gonna say way less useless. His ult's garbage. His ult is like, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be 100% useless, but You could take his ult now compared to 1.9. It's not even close. Especially with people that don't know how to play hit scan. Yeah, they also made something in the game to where the opponents you can pick up have like a orange outline around them. Yeah, that makes it easier, but having to like point at somebody and having a high chance to miss, and then only having 30% of your ult refunded if you miss your ult on somebody, I don't think that's enough kickback, honestly. I mean, I guess it's a little bit more of a skill gap to the point where people have to actually aim. It's not an automatic kill like it was before, but even then, it wasn't really even that overpowered in my opinion. You just have to kind of play around it and target the con down at the beginning of each match anyways. And he's completely like vulnerable when he's holding somebody up and trying to throw somebody off the map most times anyways. He can't do jack shit, so I don't know why people just don't target him down then. He's very easy to deal with. I don't know why they had to nerf his damn ult. And on top of that, they took away his best talent, which was firing line, which gave everybody a damage boost for 5 seconds within I think like 10 or 20 feet from you, or units from you, and they gave him CC immunity. I think they should just got rid of like Storm Bullets or something like that. I think Storm Bullets are absolutely useless unless you're playing like a really like an aggressive off tank con. Storm of Bullets has like no use in my opinion. I think what they should have did is kept the firing line, kept the damage buff for everybody that's standing around you and yourself. Just get rid of the CC immunity. They didn't have to delete it entirely. Another huge nerf to con. That's the reason why I'm moving him down to S. Ruckus, nothing really changed with Ruckus. He's going to remain the same. Not going to really talk about him. They gave him some useless cards. They took away one of his abilities that nobody used. Not going to talk about him. Nothing really changed. Fernando, they changed Scorch. I'm not quite sure how it really works now because I haven't played Fernando since for the new patch yet. But supposedly Scorch is a lot worse now, and they gave him some shitty cards. Hopefully they revert that in 2.02 or whenever the next patch is, because Fernando, I'm moving it from S plus down to S. He just doesn't have as much utility now, especially with Scorch. Scorch isn't as good. They also changed one of his cards to where I think you can reduce the cooldown of Fireball. It used to be by 50%. They changed it to like an actual like 0.6 seconds and up now for his card, which is another nerf. So I'm not quite sure. I don't know. They also got rid of Dragonfire Lance. I actually like Dragonfire Lance. I know it's going to be kind of stupid. People are going to say that nobody played that ability or that legendary. I actually played it when I was actually in like an off tank Fernando. It does a shitload of damage, especially like squishies and damage types, damage type champions. I think Dragonfire Lance had that kind of use. Otherwise, it was kind of useless, but I still liked using it just because I thought it was really good for that type of use. I don't know why they just couldn't get rid of something like Aegis, which nobody uses. I don't know. Again, they got rid of one of his better abilities. I think I'd probably say it was his third talent that actually had some type of use. Aegis is pretty much useless. Torvald, I'm going to move down from S plus to S, just for the main reason because everybody can run Cauterize and Wrecker now. Before, if somebody picked Cauterize in 1.9, they were stuck with Cauterize, and you had a little bit of an easier out because they weren't able to take your shield down or take people that you gave bubbles to shields down a lot quicker. Now that you're able to buy Wrecker and Cauterize, I think Torvald isn't going to be as good. Yeah, he has its viability by giving people damage boost and like a 5-second type shield. But I just don't think his shields are really going to be as effective towards like the middle and late game. That's the reason why I kind of moved him down. Otherwise, he's still going to be decent. Makoa, the reason why I haven't met S plus, I think I moved him down from S. He just isn't as good, especially with people running Wrecker and Cauterize. The only reason I have him at S plus is because of the hook. His anchor is absolutely amazing, especially if you know how to like land an anchor, pull a support away from like the back line, and that your team takes out like a support. Or if you can at least just get like one kill, you pull somebody in from like a group of people, and your team just pretty much just like annihilates somebody. Then you can go from there. It'll be automatic like 4v5. I think that's what makes Makoa really good. And then he has an insanely good ult, and with the nerf to Khan's ult, it makes Makoa's ult a lot better. So Barrick, he got an HP buff card. I think he's gonna be a little bit better. I think he's better than Fernando. No, I think I should move him up from S to S plus. I think from the 1.8 tier list I actually had. If you guys have not seen that video, go check that out as well. That's what I'm kind of referring all my videos from recently. Otherwise, I just think Barrick, they got rid of Hair Trigger, which I don't know. I think Fortify, I think was one of his legendaries. I think that was a lot less useful than Hair Trigger. I think Hair Trigger had like a niche use. Um, I think everybody just runs Tinkerant or Arctic Tonics anyways, so I don't even know. I barely play Barrack. I think the last time I played Barrack was like a month ago already, so I actually have a skin for Barrack that I actually never use, which is a shame. But I think still Barrack he has a really good ult, having the ability to hold down a point for a matter of like about 5 or 10 seconds with his ult. So then he has overall good point pressure with his turrets and stuff like that. And he does relatively decent damage, so it's good as well. Plus the HP buff card makes him a little bit more tankier. Next, I'm going on to an Ashe. Ashe, if you want an off tank right now and you want an aggressive like off tank, so you pick something like an Inara to keep on the point, and you pick an Ashe as like an off tank, offensive, bully type tank. Ashe does it perfectly. She is what you want from an off tank. I think I moved her from S to SS, so she moved up like a whole entire tier in my opinion. They also gave her a card where she can have lifesteal. You stack that with life rip. You can get lifesteal per hit, which you're only doing like 400, but still you're going to be getting health back. Plus you can run rejuvenate, stuff like that. You have the ability to run stuff from each category now. So, and she has decent abilities, and they also included the stun into her ult now, so that actually helps her as well. Having the ability, especially in like tracks like Frog Isle, Stone Temple, I think has some towards like the edge, like the ends of the tracks by spawn, stuff like that. Having the ability to knock people off the track as well, especially if you have good positioning, is really good as well. She has a great ult too. Her ult is really good for capturing a point for a short time. Terminus, I actually moved Terminus up from an S to an S, I think it was S plus to an S. The reason why I'm moving Terminus up is because Terminus is immune to Wrecker. No matter how much Wrecker your opponent runs, they cannot pretty much like touch your power siphon. I think that one of the things that Terminus is always going to struggle with is being a melee and not being able to touch people that have like long distance on them. The only thing you can really do is Calamity Blast, but Calamity Blast doesn't do jack shit for damage unless you're running Decimation. So, apart from that, I think Terminus, even the reason why I'm moving up as well because they're